Well, good afternoon, February 4th. Happy Thursday, everyone. If you're new to my channel, please consider on hitting the subscribe button right now, hitting a like, and sharing this video. And welcome back for everybody who's been subscribed to my channel. Just want to remind everybody, I'm waiting for 50 subscribers. I got 45, 5 more. We're going to have a little giveaway. Watch my videos for the giveaway. It's going to be, if you're a cigar smoker, it's going to be a good cigar that I smoke. And if you're not a cigar smoker, it'll be a $20 gift card to somebody, maybe for lunch or something to eat that day. I wish I can give out more, but as I get more subscribers, there'll be more giveaways. Right now I have nobody publishing my channel, unfortunately, but if there's anybody out there who wants to come on board and help maybe promote some kind of ad of yours, I'd be open hands to so we can help out more people in desperate needs right now. I'm gonna get right to it. So this is just for PUA, and particularly PUA in Nevada. All right. I was in a meeting today. I got some real good, positive, good news. First of all, regarding your 1099-G, your tax form, I said this before in my previous videos. If you took 10% of taxes out of your unemployment, you still got to claim that income. Not the stimulus, but the unemployment. If you didn't select the 10%, then you're going to probably you're going to have to claim everything. Let me get right to it. I'm not a tax advisor. I said that before. But now's the time, if you haven't already, your appointment's coming up, to have, if you're self-employed, when you're in PUA, to have all your documents ready. Maybe you paid rent for a few months before the pandemic. Maybe you're working part-time and you pay rent. It's 100% write-off if you didn't know already. There's going to be other incentives there for, coronavirus and limited to work, your health care, and other things that you weren't able to pay. Maybe it was an automobile that you unfortunately had to lose, or you're behind on. So you talk to your your CPA. I really do, people, if you can pay a little extra, a couple hundred, go to a CPA on this. They can give you more write-offs than trying to do it by yourself, or some of these other ones that I'm not knocking. So get somebody who knows your situation. Don't stress out, but yes, you have to claim that. Most people who were claiming unemployment probably weren't working, or working as little. So it's money that that you have to. But again, a lot of write-offs. In your business, or maybe you had continuing education, certification, or whatever it might be. If you're a real estate agent, you have continuing education, personal training, whatever. Just have it all ready. Okay. So the question is, well, where do I find my 1099-G? It's in your portal. So we open up the PUA. It should have already gave you a link in your portal that your tax was ready. If you haven't gotten that, go to where it says taxes and upload it and print it out and get that ready for your tax man or woman, because they're going to need that. Okay. If you drove Lyft part-time, you know about the write-offs on that, or rideshare or Uber, so that's written off as well. Make sure that you have the earnings that you claimed if you did work a little bit versus the unemployment. So they should know that. So make sure you have all that sorted out for your tax advisory. So if you made $10,000 in rideshare, or $5,000, that's deducted from your unemployment, and you can write that off. So make sure you have that ready. All right. If you haven't received any money since last year at all, and you know 100% you're eligible, please contact me and leave your comments below, and I'll do anything I could to possibly help you out. For those people who have not gotten paid anything, and I'm not talking overpayment or exhaustive payments, but payments that you never received and you tried everything, I do have some contacts that I can help you out with. Do not leave your claim number or anything like that on my site. Just leave your first name, last name. I can get back to you, or I can advise you who to contact to better help you in the situation. I will tell you this: definitely, if you have been calling, the lines are opening easier now. Make sure you have all your documents uploaded into the portal, Social Security, driver's license front and back, your tax return if you haven't done it this year, your 2019, sorry. Make sure that's uploaded. Make sure all this is uploaded. Double check, triple check, that's all uploaded. Okay. Proof of address, a mortgage statement or rental, utility bill. Make sure that's all in your portal. Clear shots. Have that ready. When you do call, please ask these people. Most of them are not caseworkers or adjudicators. Ask them, get their name, first name, last name, location. They might not be in this state, and ask them to please forward this to your caseworker adjudicator ASAP. You have not gotten paid for over a year. You're in dire straits. You really, make sure you use the right words. Dire straits. You really need some help. You're behind on your mortgage and rent. And what is the problem? And make sure that you stay online. Make sure you get the. Make sure it's very important that they document your phone call. They have to do that, but make sure. But let me know if I can help. I do have some sources here with local news channels. I've been on several. If you haven't seen my videos, go back months ago. I fought for PUA. There's a lot of websites right now with PUA on there, and they're doing a great job. I didn't do that, but I did fought to kind of organize this in Nevada way back when with some of the local news channels. So I do have connections with them and some sources inside of unemployment that they might be able to get you in the right step. Okay. Again, if you know you're 100% eligible. Okay. It does help to have all these documents uploaded. If you haven't already, do them after this video. Okay. If you were receiving payments and it stopped because you were low on credits, meaning for the additional, I think we have about 7 weeks left or 6 weeks left, make sure you call them. They should have already updated in your portal. For some reason, maybe they haven't gotten to it. You need to call them and get that and tell them you need enough credits till March 13th. Because there's a good chance that they're going to extend the unemployment and PUA to sometime in September. It's in writing. Nothing's been done about it, but it's positive, and I feel confident it's going to happen. So you want to be make sure you have a step ahead, but at least got you. Now, LWA, lost wage assistance, that the Trump administration or that Donald Trump did, executive order, should have been 5 weeks in Nevada. If you haven't received any of that, by law, they have to send that to you. You have to stay on top of that as well. I mentioned about fraud. If you're a victim of fraud, you got to get a police report online. You don't need to go to a police station. Email that with a brief statement, upload, and then call the fraud department. I apologize, I don't have that number on me, but just look up fraud, Dieter, and they'll get it. You don't have to wait online, and they'll assist you if they haven't already contacted you. I'm also reading on some of the sites that people have woken up this morning and found out that their information has completely changed. Maybe the credits went down, this and that. Doesn't mean necessarily fraud. It could just be they were trying to update it, but it's a red flag. So I would definitely call. Probably would call the PUA first and ask them if this looked like fraud, and then contact fraud. But it doesn't always mean fraud. Okay, it's unfortunate it's been this long. So, my hearts go out. I wish I could do more, but you got to be on top of these things. The rental assistance, I hear there's just some problems on there, but I'm hearing some positive news that people are getting some information back. So in Nevada, the funds have reached most of the states for rental assistance. I went over that in my previous video. You have to be late and on unemployment, and contact your landlord, and hopefully they can't evict you during this. And they're also pushing for more of that in this next bill of $1.9 trillion. So we'll see what happens, but the funds are there. I wish I can go in, but it won't let me go any farther because I don't rent. So, but I did mention that. Go back to my original videos about that kind of stuff. Food assistance is still out there. Also, what was some of the other questions I got? There were some questions on how overpayment. I went over overpayment, so watch my videos. A lot of overpayments is because they let you go back too far. So it's as simple as you have to pay back because they unfortunately let you back too far. If you feel that you weren't overpaid and you got to claim that in taxes, you only claim on taxes which you earn. So if you didn't earn those weeks, then you have to have that as printed out to show your tax guide. You didn't get those payments. So if it shows 30,000, you only got 10,000. You're only going to claim 10,000. So, but definitely get that sorted out with the overpayment. That's another department, and have them explain to you what is this overpayment. Okay, it can be very something simple. It could be that you were eligible for regular UI, and there was some misconfusion with PUA. All right, so get that straightened out. All right. With that said, I want to give you a little news on the deaths in Nevada. It was 51 more deaths today. So the deaths coming up a little bit, 51 more, and my hearts and prayers are with the family members. It's just, I say this continuously. More and more people that I know, and clients and friends and relatives, are getting the COVID, getting the virus, and I even know of a friend that passed, unfortunately. But I wish I can bring you better news, but with more testing coming out, more of the vaccines, excuse me, coming out and getting out. I know CVS is you can make some appointments if you're over the age of 65 or under that with underlying conditioning. If you want to receive the vaccines, they are taking appointments. You have to go online, sign up, and then hopefully they can get you into it soon. I know some people that have been successful on getting the vaccine and others haven't. If you're young, it's a lot harder. But again, the younger you are, in most cases, less you are on catching the COVID. All right. People, please, I can't insist more to wash your hands. I wash my hands so much I got to order cream from the dermatologist. Doesn't hurt, even if there's no pandemic. Wash your hands, go into somewhere, come out, have some of the in your car to clean your hands, clean when you go home the best you can, because your hands, you touch your hands approximately 50 times during a day. It goes in your face and your eyes. So, every little bit helps. Keep your immune system up, get the right amount of sleep, get your vitamins, get your vitamin C, get a little sunlight when you can, depending where you're at. And I do believe, far from a doctor, sleep is huge, not just for pandemic, but catching a flu or a cold. And I'm not saying once a week only get 4 hours, but try to get the amount of sleep that you normally get. There's no number out there, but the rule of thumb, 6 to 8 hours of sleep. That's all you can do, and then pray and hope that you don't get exposed. But again, doesn't mean anything's going to happen, but just try those tips. All right. Stimulus package. There's not much news. There's people talking out there on other websites or other YouTube channels. It's the same deal. I watched my video yesterday. They're shooting for the 1,400. They're shooting for minimum wage. They're shooting for the unemployment extension. They're trying to get all Democrats on board. Most likely they will. If not, then you need to get a Republican on board. If it's tied, then it goes to the vice president who will break the tie. All likelihood, it probably is going to go through on there because of the fact that they, not everything's open and a lot of people aren't working and the economy's taking a beating. I want to talk about the stocks. I don't get into stocks much, but it's to me, if you want to go to Vegas once a year and do some of these crazy ass stocks that's happening right now with particularly GameStop, it's a gamble, and it backfired on some of these smarts. And you know what? Sometimes I don't want anybody to lose, but it's good things. So the middle people make money on it. Okay, you with me on that? So if you're going to gamble, then it's long term. It's on paper, people. So if you're a young person in your 30s, 20s, even 40s, it's long term. It's on paper. Don't get stressed over it. It's good to have a stock or an investment, but if you're stressing over it, then you need to sell out. I don't mess around with stocks anymore. Not because I lost, it was just too stressful for me. Okay, but a lot of you are asking about the stocks, and if you're gonna gamble, then you hit the blackjack table, go to Vegas once a year on some of these risky. Yes, you can clean up, but then you can lose a lot. So just be prepared. If you're older and you're messing around with it and you're real aggressive, you know, you got to be careful in today's economy and what's happening. So I can't tell you what to do and what to buy, what to sell, but I still think you're better off in an IRA Roth or a money market or even a business account that's matching. Just be very, very careful with your with the funds right now, what's happening with the market. There's going to be some crazy times right now with the market. So if you can afford to lose, then it's fine. But you know, so I wouldn't just watch. You know, make your decisions and wisely on that. Okay. With that, I don't have more to say. I wish I could give you more news, but you know, I think this is positive news. Again, I came out of the meeting, and they are trying to get these claims all worked out because they want to get it set for the next extension on PUA. So, and I wish I had more information on regular unemployment, but I don't. I know a lot of people are getting exhausted. I would say to continue to call, fight, take some time, and have, you know, no distractions, clear mind, have documents ready, and let them know that you're not working or you're only working part-time, and that this state, Nevada, is still only 25% capacity right now. You know, it's probably going to get better and go more than 50%, but right now we're still there at 25% capacity. So I wish I had more news on regular unemployment, but I do not. This is with PUA. All right, so I end my videos, say hello to somebody. Tomorrow's another day. Subscribe right now to my video. Let's get more subscribers, and we can have a little contest. I'm hoping to go live and have more subscribers. So please tell people to come on to my station. Hopefully I can give you the up-to-date, most reliable information. I also changed it around and show you who I am. You might see me in my backyard with a cigar, or up in the mountains in the snow with a cigar, or joking around, and that's just who I am, and that's what I enjoy. And if I can get you, just get your mind off of things for 10, 15, 20 minutes, or get you in a positive focus. Remember, positive. You got to stay focused. Things open up. It always clears up. No matter what you see, it's in that circle now that's complicated for you. Believe me, people, it opens up. It gets better. Your health is important. Everything else falls in place. If you're behind on something, call your creditors. Try to avoid bankruptcy. Call your mortgage, your rent. Work it out. They'll work it out. Still in the pandemic. Sal Capano here, and I will see you on my next video. Ciao.